we're getting there. We're getting started in Comic-Con Portugal. Thank you so much for coming. I'm sorry, but this is pretty much not technological for Victorian British period. Sorry. What's up? How are you? Cool, thank you. So, do you all hear me? Okay. Let's make an experiment once again. Hold on, because this thing is going okay. Like this. Okay, now it's better, I think. Is that better? Okay, let's make an experiment. Raise your hands if you hear me. Okay, let's make once again. And this is the first pictures of today. Let's raise your hands. Okay, cool. Amazing. So, thank you so much for coming. Thank you so much. I was not expecting to have so much beautiful people over here. You're all amazing. All amazing, and thank you so much for being here. Well then, let's see how we can make something more animated over here, because we need to make some noise, right? Don't we? Of course, so let's go with music. Let's make some, I don't know, some random stuff like the man with the machine gun, and we start with the music over here. Okay, so we have the audio, right? I hope so. No? Yes? Anyway. We have it? No? Unplug it and replug it again. Okay. Here we go. Anyway, let's start to talk about what we are here. So this is my story, okay? Does it sound familiar for you? A bit? Yes? I hear a voice. I hear a voice. Sorry? Yeah, but I hear a voice. A kid voice. Anyway, so let's go for it. My name is Chiro, Italian cosplayer. And first of all, before receiving your questions, let's make a little introduce about myself. So, yeah, this is my story. So, who am I? I'm an Italian cosplayer. Of course, I'm Italian, and you know. Where am I coming from? I'm coming from the athletic world. I was a former national athlete. I won in 2005 and 2006 golden medal. My specialty was 100 meters. And I had some times with that. And the good thing in athletics is that sports has always been very important to me. So, sports is really teaching you the real essence of competition, because you know what is healthy competition about, right? Then, I stopped athletics because I don't like it anymore. It was boring, so my life needs more improvement. I said, okay, let's go and do something better. Then, what about me? First of all, I'm a hardcore gamer, which was a very, very big element in my life. So let's make a difference between being a pro gamer and a hardcore gamer. When you are a hardcore gamer, you're good to play video games and you really play them hardcorely. Like, I don't know, I am a PSN trophy hunter. I have 134 platinum, so I go there and I want to play the game until I finish it. That's what I'm made of. And pro gaming is when you play in competition, when you earn money with gaming. It's not when you're good in gaming, okay? So yeah, I'm a hardcore gamer. I play on PlayStation Vita, PS Vita, and so on, Nintendo 3DS, and so on. Then, so, I studied art and architecture because it has always been very, very, how can I say? I really have the sensibility for art. But then my mind said, okay, let's go in sports science, okay? So you can see me studying here. I was very, very, how can I say, very, very get in the study over here. Yeah, very, very interested. So I finished sports science and physiotherapy in sports. Then I started a new university, which brings me to talk about my next project. I started then to study digital communication, marketing and video games with Vídeo Academy, which is the first university in Europe about video games and it was the only university that really gave me the envy to go to the university and to go to study, because it was like, hell yeah, I'm playing Fallout 4 and then I go to make a review for this university. It was so cool. So it's all about professional life and having also very cool teachers in your lessons. And we had Suda 51, we have Jakub Szmalek, which is the senior writer from The Witcher 3. Do you know The Witcher 3? Did you play? Okay. Then, yeah, other artistic elements. I studied theater, cinema, modeling, fashion industry, and I was an underwear model. Yeah. So, talking about the things, that was a very quick review about my cosplay life. I mean, about my life before cosplay. So now, as I said, I'm cosplayer since November 2010, so let's say 2011. I did more than 30 cosplays. I did a lot of competitions as well, because I love competition and I love to show, you know, on the public what we are made of, because we make the show, we make very cool stuff. Then, I had the honor and pleasure to have official collaboration with video game companies like Ubisoft, Capcom, 2K, Square Enix, BioWare, and so on. I would be the representative of my country in the ACG 2016, and that was a hell of a competition. That was a very hell of a competition. Thank you. Yeah, I heard a little applause over there. Thank you. Okay, stop it. So, I was guest in more than 30 conventions around the world, and that was also a very, very cool honor and pleasure for me to meet a lot of different people, you know. I mean, in Portugal, I was amazed by all the smiles in everybody's faces. Everybody's positive, everybody's charged, everybody's really cool. So, yeah, today I'm here to talk about my cosplay experience around the world. It's such a big pleasure to speak about it. First of all, do you have any questions about anything you want to know about cosplay, about things in general? Let's see how many questions we have. Any questions? Okay. Apparently they don't want you to speak, it's okay. My fork? I left it.
Okay, it's okay.
Okay.
Hello. I want to ask you how much time does it usually takes you to complete one cosplay?
Well, it really depends on the cosplay you do. For example, in this picture, you can see some example of easy costumes. I mean, not easy, because all of them took me some time to make them. But for example, let's take for example from Final Fantasy Type 0.
Want mine?
I'm not used to that technology, you know. I'm coming from the 19th century. Sorry. I'm very, very sorry. Yeah, this is animus stuff. So, about 9 from Final Fantasy Type 0, it took me something like 3 weeks to do it. Then we have Draven. I mean, not Draven, Draven! Okay, so yeah, it took me something like 6 days to make it. Then I have the Blood Dragon armor, it took me something like 30 days. Then I have Caius Ballad from Final Fantasy 13-2, which is a very, very special cosplay to me. It took me more than 1 month. But generally, it's all about 1 week and 1 month and a half. It really depends. But the very important thing is when you have to do the makeup and you have to make the interpretation of the character, which is really, really changing. For example, Vegeta is just, let's say, the wig, but 90% of the costume is makeup. You have to make big eyebrows, you have to make the jaw, you have to make the contouring of your face, otherwise it's... So yeah, generally it's around more or less 1 month. But it really depends.
Thank you.
Thanks to you. And remember that you don't need to make a cosplay with a lot of time to make it good. You really have to love the character, and people will always feel the difference between a cosplay made with a heart and the cosplay made just because you like the character. Next questions. Do we have one? Good.
Why did you start cosplay?
Why? Yeah, it's a funny story because it goes back to this part. So, here, I was working in the modeling agency, okay? And I really wanted to make a real special photo shooting with a video game. I hate this microphone. Sorry. I just eat at lunch, but I don't want to eat an extra dessert for the microphone. Yeah, he likes me. Yeah, he definitely likes me. So, sorry, I was saying that I started from the modeling world. I really wanted to make a cosplay. I mean, I didn't know that was a cosplay. What was a cosplay? So I wanted to make a photo shooting inspired to a video game. And a friend of mine told me, why don't you do a cosplay? What is a cosplay? And he started to tell me about these things. And he brought me in my first convention, November 2010. Then I discovered the parallel world, the magic world. I said, wow, I'm not alone on this earth anymore. Because I have so many crazy people like me, liking to dress up like a video game character, and yeah, exactly. Look at you, you're epic. Do you want some wine? Is that okay? Okay, don't go to hunt, it's okay. Yeah, so basically because of passion. So that's what would push me to cosplay. Tidus from Final Fantasy X was my first cosplay. I hear this voice. It's like, okay, exactly. What the hell? It's a joke, right? Anyway, do we have next questions? He has.
Hi.
Hey.
When did you think you started getting big in the cosplay scene?
Well, I think that all of us are big in cosplay. It's not getting big for the numbers of likes and... Thank you. In my opinion, the dimension argument is really relative, because you can be big now, you can be nobody tomorrow. The most important thing is that you always keep gentle, humble, and nice with everybody. No matter who you are, no matter where you go, you always have to share positivity with the world. That's the most important thing. And the good thing of having followers is that you can spread this positivity with a lot of people. So when did I start it? It was thanks to Capcom, I think, when they noticed for the first time my Dante from the May Cry 3. So then we started our first official collaboration. So we started with web stuff, and then it continued. But it was thanks to Capcom, because they shared me on their page. Then I got, first of all, in the Italian community, I started to win a lot of competitions. So I got new for the competition skills. Then you get know that you're trying the ECG, you're trying Euro Cosplay, you're trying World Cosplay Summit, and then you got invited to the convention, you make pictures, you have a Facebook page, you got sponsored by Capcom sometimes, or even other companies. So there it is. It's become like this. And in my opinion, as you said, that big. In my opinion, everybody is big, because you are big, everybody is big. We just have to believe in it, and we just have to believe in how big cosplay it is, because it's very big. Thank you. Okay, next questions. Yay. DJ here, but it's not working. Okay. Apparently they didn't implement the DJ contest and yeah. So yeah.
I was curious to know why was such a crazy competition as your preliminaries in your country.
In my country?
Yes.
Yes, it has been very hell. I'm still alive, by the way. I don't know how. So, what was the question? Can you repeat, please?
Why was such a crazy experience?
Yes. So you have to know that first, in Italy, you have more than 50 solo competitors. So it's only for the solo. So you already have a lot of big level competitors, big level, and no. Okay. Come. Yes. That's a lot better. Wow, I feel myself like in HD. It's like the first time you went back home with your own PS3 and you switched the HD cable from PS2 to PS3. So that's it, that's the first sensation. Okay, so where are you? Over there, okay. So why Italian competition was so hard? Because normally you have so many competitors, you have so many good cosplayers, like more than 50 cosplayers only for the solo competition sometimes, and it's very hard to compete there because some of them are preparing the competition from 1 year, from 7 months, from 5 months, and they are very attached to the competition in Italy. So every time you know that if you don't win, next year you'll have other chances to win, so a lot of people will go back to competition the year after with other cosplays, and it's very hard. And first of all, because sometimes it's not healthy competition, that's the thing. And when in Italy we always put cosplayers from Italy in the jury, they always put them, and I think it's a big error because there are a lot of fights between cosplayers, and sometimes you really have somebody who is against you, and it's pretty, you know, it's a pretty big problem when you have somebody who's against you and then you find himself in the juries and like, wow, okay, I have no chances, good. But it has been a hell, so yeah. Do you have any other questions? Yes. Thank you for the question, by the way.
Hey, since you've been doing this for a little over 5 years now, do you have any tips for people that are starting to build cosplays now? Like, what should we focus on first when doing a cosplay or anything like that?
Of course. I'm sorry, I got distracted. My main advice for everybody starting to cosplay from now is that they always have to be themselves. They always have to get inspired by people that they love, but always keeping being themselves, because otherwise you will be the copy of the copy. And the most important thing is that you always have to keep on mind something very important. If you do a competition, you have to do it because it's fun and because you have to do a show for the public. It's not because you want to show how good you are. It's gonna be, I mean, a secondary result, and you don't have to say it. And if you are really good at doing something, you don't have to say that you're good. You have to leave that role to people, because a lot of people, I see a lot of people speaking about themselves after 2,000 likes on Facebook, like saying, oh, I did this, I did that, and it's really not clever to speak about yourself like this. Then you always have to care about public, about audience, and about the show. This is the most important thing to do. And what else? You always have to share positivity with everybody, like I was saying before.
Alright, thank you.
Thank you. Okay, next questions? Yeah.
Hey,
Hey.
which cosplay was the most difficult to do?
From the one I did, I think the last one I did was Killing from Soul Calibur 5. It was the ECG selections. Because I tried a new technique with Vorbla, which is a very cool material, but at the same time is a very cheaty material. Because I'm gonna tell you this story. So I had my sponsors, they are giving me the Vorbla to promote, and I fill my car with 3XL size rolls. Okay? The company is called La Gazzetta del Cosplay, it's Italian, and they are the main providers in Italy for Vorbla. They gave me 3XL papers, sheet, you say, you know, the big rolls. I put them in the car, and we just went out to, it was in July, so maybe you're already guessing what happened. We put them behind, we went to eat something outside, but we really have something, you know, like very, very slow lunch. I went back, and I just found my Vorbla, everything, it was melt. Yeah, it was such a shame, and Vorbla is not good for the temperature. So every time I have to wear that cosplay, it has to be in a cold season. You will never see me with Kilik in summer, otherwise you will see me with a piece of Vorbla and everything. Yeah, but that one was my first armor with Vorbla, with the experiment I did with foam and Vorbla. So I did the armor in foam, and then I covered everything like sandwich with Vorbla. That was the worst experience ever. For my hands, for my body, for my chest, for everything, let's say. Thank you. Yes.
Hello there.
We meet again.
Meow.
Wow.
Okay, so my question. Can you share with us some future cosplay plans?
Of course. Let's go for it. I mean, of course. I was. First of all, I will have two big competitions in the future. One is Magic, and it's in Monaco, and it will be on 28th February. There are some international guests invited, and they will participate one against each other, and the winner will go in Atlanta Dragon Con. So I have that competition, and I'm planning to make that one to, let's say, I can't say it, but I will say it. It's gonna be Terra from Kingdom Hearts, the armor version. So, armor.
That's a lot of pros.
Yes, it is, especially for the heart interpretation, because it's really a very important cosplay to me, a very important character for all the Kingdom Hearts fans. I know you know what we're talking about, don't we? Yes, of course. So, then next year I was hesitating for the ECG finals for Hulk from Dragon Age 2. Or maybe the Prince of Persia 2 Thrones versions. I still have to make up my mind to see what cosplay I will bring in the finals, because it's very hard to choose something that is very complete. I'm very dynamic on the stage, and I practice martial arts and parkour. So I want to make something very special on the stage. Like, I have to be honest, I was thinking also of Metal Gear Solid 4 Raiden.
Yes, please.
But he has one problem for the stage. Do you know what? Heels.
Oh.
Heels. Because I tried to make some moves with heels, but I can't let you imagine what happened. So, can you imagine me with heels? Like, you can? Really? Like a JoJo pose. Okay, try to imagine me jumping with the heels. That was awkward. One of the worst experiences ever. But yeah, and next year, in January, I will finish my Vamp cosplay from Metal Gear Solid 4. With my Jessica, she's gonna do Sniper Wolf. I mean, already finished Cyberworld, but she's just waiting for me because I'm in Portugal and I can't work on the cosplays. But I have better things to do. I have you, so I'm happy. Who cares about cosplay? I have you. Thank you, Oscar.
Thanks so much.
Thanks to you. Do you have any other questions?
Yes.
Wow.
My question is regarding investment. Cosplayers invest not only time, but also money onto their cosplays. Right now, as a pro, you have a little bit less uncertainty with later. But before, in the early ages, what was the acceptable amount of both for you?
The most expensive cosplay?
No. What was the acceptable amount of time spent before you made this for a living? And what was the same for how much you could spend on your hobby when it was still a hobby?
Well, it's still a hobby actually. It's still a passionate hobby. But thank you. The thing is that basically I wasted so much materials. I wasted so much, really. I took a lot of foam. I took a lot of Forex, PVC, and yeah, it was a very big waste of materials, you know. Oh, come on, shut up. So, for example, for Caius, I spent around 300 euros, I think. Just saying. Just to make the sword, I spent something like 150 euros. It was a fully wood sword. Wait, I can show you. You can see all the things here. I really have time to be ordinated, as you can see. Okay. So. Never forget about that. We're gonna talk about that later. So basically, I'm trying to find the Caius picture, but I don't find it because it was on the other computer, so it's okay. So Caius Palette is this character, designed by Naura, and the design looks pretty sick because there are very strange proportions of the body with the waist, with all the things. And this was the cosplay that took me more time and more money for anything I did. But basically, you don't have to spend a lot of money to make a good costume. The most important thing is that you have a lot of creativity. Since I started to make cosplay, I know that you do that as well. For example, when I see a bottle, I see, okay, this is an empty bottle. I can use it for a prop or for something. I mean, every object you see, you really transform it in your mind in something that you can create. And that's the secret in doing cosplay. You always have to elaborate and to create new things. You see, for example, this cable, this useless cable. You can use it for, I don't know, for Metal Gear Solid stuff, you know? You can put it on the arm, you can, I don't know. You really have to invent a lot. There's a lot of creativity about that. Hey there, welcome to the Hunger Games. May the games begin. Okay, next question.
You said you made official collaborations with video game companies. How does it work? Do the companies approach you? Do they take notice of you through community works? Or could you explain a bit about the process?
Of course, of course.
Thank you.
Thanks to you. There's something very important when you do something in your life. When you have a job and you have to and you will work with the company, it's very important to not contact them, but to be contacted. Because if you contact them, you already lose all the value. In Italy, for example, the Assassin's Creed community is one of the worst one I ever saw, for example, because the cosplayers are always trying to prove that they are official or somehow good. but by over-speaking about themselves a lot. For example, I saw people that would go in front of Ubisoft stand all the day and say that they are the official ones, you know what I mean? It happened, trust me, it happened. And the most important thing when you do these things is to continue to go on your road, keep the project you have as a dream, and when it happens, leave it at maximum. What I want to say is that if you want to work, for example, with Ubisoft, don't send them your pictures. Try to be noticed, okay? For example, if you like a cosplay, do it. And if you like to do a costume, do it. But don't do it for them if they don't ask it. It's very important to get noticed instead of showing yourself. They contacted me, by the way, so I received an email from them. They wanted to meet me, and then they asked me if I was available. And that day I missed the meeting, and that was love. So yeah, that was basically how it went. So my main advice when you do a cosplay or when you do something in your life is never showing yourself like, oh, I don't know, I'm a professional photographer or I'm a professional cosplayer, blah, 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 blah. If you need that, I'm available. Okay, thank you. I mean, it's not working like this. If you are offering yourself, you already lose value. So this is the most important thing, showing your skills without offering. Okay? Thank you. Next question, please.
Hey, first of all, I don't see any problem with you wearing heels.
Sorry?
First of all, I don't see any problem with you wearing heels.
Oh, thank you.
So,
thank you. Sorry to interrupt, but you were an awesome example yesterday. Awesome. I really admire you for that because I would never be able to work like this with a heel.
Even the display is too. Trust me.
Okay.
My question is, do you think that your modeling career helped you in your cosplay life?
Yes. Because I had some advantages when you pose, when you make a video, when you act, when you link all the things together. It was a useful experience for me to have this kind of collaborations with fashion, with fashion world, and then you go and you pose for other photographers and you already know what to do. Sometimes you really have to look to the camera and you really know how to put yourself because you already know how the picture will be. It's very important and you will earn that only with experience. So one of the advices I want to give to all the cosplayers is to not be shy to make pictures. Just when you wear cosplay, do as much picture as you can, because only in this way you can improve, and you know what is your best spot, what's your best rotation, what is your best profile. So you know that only by experiencing. It's very important. So yeah, but it helped me a lot because it was experience. Different kind of experiences, but still. Thank you. Next questions?
Hi. I wanted to ask you, our conventions in Italy, and what would you recommend us to go to conventions if there is?
Wow, that's a very good question. Don't go in Italy.
Oh, come on.
Why am I here? No, I'm just kidding. Italy is a very, very beautiful country. You will find people that doesn't speak English, or if they speak English, they will speak like this because they are Italian, you know. And, it's me, Dion. Yeah. Mario, yes. And first of all, my main advice, if you really want to live a different experience in cosplay, you have to go on Luca Comics. Luca Comics is a full city of cosplay. So it's the style is still the Renaissance one. It's very similar to Pisa, to Florence, and it really looks like Assassin's Creed stuff. You go inside the city, you know. And the city is pretty big. It's something like, I mean, not that big, but it's pretty small. But considering that it's cosplayers everywhere, it's big. So you have all the full city cosplaying, and they had something more than 300,000 people last year. It was 400,000, 300,000, and your phone will not work. It will not work. No, it's not. No, trust me. Even if you have 5G, it's not working. Even if you send the smoke signals, it's not working. Nothing is working there. So every year we always have to invent something to, you know, to build an antenna or you know, like, I'm just kidding, just kidding. Yeah, but basically if you want to go and visit also, I advise you Rome, and that's it. But first of all, Luca Comics is the best one. And the stage is not good, by the way. The competition stage is not good at all. Because they prepare the show for the night, so they have all the instruments on the stage, and when cosplayers compete, they already have the instruments already checked for they did the check, you know, the sound check on the morning, and then the instruments just keep on the stage. So you have something like 5 meters per 6 meters of length per 2 meters, 3 meters to make an ECG selection. That sucks. I mean, I saw your stage yesterday and the potential in Portugal is so high. Really. Wow. In my opinion, it was one of the best one ever, so yeah. Sorry? No. Yeah. Next questions. Yes?
Hi. Have you ever given up on a cosplay, and if so, why and which character?
It was Adam Jensen from Deus Ex. Because I never asked for this. No, seriously. I really wanted to make it perfect. I felt 3 or 4 years ago that I was not able to make it, but today I feel that I can make it, so I will make it.
Good luck.
Thank you. This time I asked for it, so yeah. Next question.
Hi, I want to ask if you have some advices to people who want to participate in contests.
Of course.
International contests, in this case.
Yes.
In the shoes of the cosplay, you use something like that. Okay.
Can you please repeat the question with the microphone more?
Sorry.
Sorry.
I want to know if you have some advices to people who want to participate in international contests.
International or national?
In this case, international.
National, so ECG, for example.
Like cosplay world masters.
Okay, ECG, cosplay master,
like
your
that.
cosplay. Okay. First of all, I want to tell you something very important. When you go on the stage for this kind of national competition, you always have to remember that you are not going there to show how good you are, but to show that you have the pride to represent your beautiful country, and it's very, very important because. Thank you. I see a lot of people going on the stage just because they want to show that they are the best. In this case, it's not about that. It's about showing that you can represent your country in the best way, and it's very important. First of all, remember that when you go in an international competition, you always have to watch a lot of videos of ECG, for example, for Cosplay Masters finals. It's very Cosplay World Masters. Sorry. It's very important to see what the other countries do, and to see what you are good in doing. For example, I'm good in, I don't know, let's say about me. I think that my power skills are the dynamism on the stage, martial arts. So if I choose a big cosplay, I'm not using my PowerPoints, you know what I mean? For example, if I choose Iron Man for me, which will never happen, even if I'm not gonna die, you will never see me with Iron Man cosplay, I will never give the maximum of me. So you always have to find a way to give the best of you. It's very important. So if you have good interpretation skills, try to make interpretation skills. And go on the stage. take your applauses. I saw something yesterday in the cosplay competition, and I really wanted to say, because I had the honor to judge the competition, and I saw quite nobody after the competition staying on the stage. You have to stay on the stage after the after you finish your exhibition. You have to take the applauses. You have to go in front of everybody and to just stay there and thank them. It's very important. And also when you go away, and I mean, don't go away, just go to the jury, show off yourself, and then you go. Because I saw a lot of people escaping from the stage after they finish the cosplay competition, and it's very important to analyze and to show that your stage is your main field, okay? Is what you live for, because you love to stay on the stage. You don't have to escape from the stage. It's very important, and it's very important also to have charisma on the exhibition. If you have to do, for example, an interpretation, it's very important to make an interpretation that can be understandable for everybody. Even especially for people that doesn't know the character. I did, as I show you, I did Caius Palat from Final Fantasy 13-2. It was this one, this purple guy over here. And I won nothing with that. Because I was doing an exhibition, intense exhibition, but understandable only by people that play the video game. And that was my error. So you always have to make a competition and an exhibition that can reach everybody. It's very important. It's very, very important. But as I said, for national competition, you have to go there because you have the pride to represent your beautiful country, not to show that you are the best.
Thank you so much.
Thanks to you. I'm sorry if sometimes it's really long reply, but I really want to give you, my cosplay experience I had, because I had the luck to travel a lot and to see a lot of things. So, and what I saw on the stage yesterday was very, very beautiful, really. Next questions.
Hi, is this working? Oh my god, it is. Okay, so, first of all, I wanted to ask you, have you played Assassin's Creed Syndicate?
I platinum it.
Okay, that's great to know. Okay, so, second of all, I have a real obsession with Jacob Fry. I'm not even kidding right now. And he's my wallpaper. I mean, seriously. Okay. So, first of all, before I ask you something, Mr. Fry, I told you we had an appointment.
Oh, but your dress looks so amazing today. Wow, you have such an amazing dress as an N7. It's not beautiful as mine.
I'm Camilla Shepard. This is my favorite pet on the Citadel.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, you were actually supposed to answer my schedule is open.
Oh, yeah. I really have to, I'm not justifying myself, but I played it in Italian.
Oh, that explains a lot.
So I don't know that exactly
the lines.
Joke,
yeah, the dialogue. My question is, how long did it take for you to make your Jacob Fry costume? And is that the hidden blade? Is that merchandise, or did you make for yourself as well?
No, Ubisoft told me to not do it. They said, we're gonna send you the one we have for the merchandise. It was also for a merchandise choice, because me and Nadia SK were the official cosplayer for Ubisoft in Italy, and they gave us the cane and the hidden blade, just also for a merchandising thing. And they are looking pretty good, so I was okay with it. I wanted to do it, but they asked for it. We had the condition to respect. Me and Nadia worked on the costumes, and it took around 3 weeks to make both of them. So yeah, that was it. 3 weeks.
Let me just tell you that this is the first panel I go to, and I attend. And this is my first Comic-Con, so it's an honor to meet you, finally. Thank you for being here.
The honor is mine. Thank you so much. Thank you. By the way, I should go. Yes. Use the force. Pedal bears?
Bears.
Bears, okay. I heard pedal bears.
So...
The voice was very similar, I'm sorry. Like, hey kids, let's play. Yeah, kind of.
I didn't want to miss my question. In your presentation, you wrote that you're a rage person or a rage gamer, right? But you always talk about love and the importance of showing love to your fans, etc. So how can you be a rage player?
Try to platinum Dark Souls and then you will see that you kind of try to take the 1000G or the platinum in Dark Souls and you will see that you can, even if you are Gandhi or the most religious guy ever, you will see that you really doubt about everything you believe in, trust me. And Italian is a very, very swearing language, trust me. It's like, I can't say it in words, but you know, Italian is amazing for the bad words, trust me. And they're always the first things that... Yeah.
You know League of Legends, right? We talked about it last night, but trust me, Portugal, League of Legends, rage people, it's rough. Trust me.
Yeah.
Italian cannot be worse.
Yeah.
We can say a lot of things with lots of words, and it's pretty much the same thing.
Yeah.
Did you if you like to?
Yeah, I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. I think I'm okay.
Just rolling.
Yesterday I heard a lot of, there was the football match yesterday, right? Yeah, I saw a girl, but she was more like a man. She was huge, and she was so ignorant with a scarf, you know, with a Porto scarf, and she was like, it was amazing. One of the best things I ever saw in my life, really. That was so patriotic, so emblematic, so I really want my team to win, fuck that, you know.
Welcome to Porto.
It was amazing. But you know, you can say whatever you want, but you have Cristiano Ronaldo. Sure. Yeah. Next question. Wine. Portuguese wine, okay.
Hi. Since you talked about Dark Souls, I'd like to ask if you ever thought about doing a cosplay about Dark Souls, something like Arnstein or Artorias.
No, because I really hate that game. So
oh, come on.
If I also have to use my time to make a cosplay, I will swear even more and more and more. So yeah, but I don't think I would make a Dark Souls cosplay. I was loving the design in Bloodborne.
Yeah.
And I was going to make a cosplay for Bloodborne, but in the end I didn't have time and I prefer to skip the pass.
So just because of dying a lot, you stopped? Okay.
Well, do you think it's nothing dying a lot? I mean,
no, well, I've played a lot of Dark Souls. I know the pain.
You have the face of a Dark Souls player.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've went through a lot.
I can feel the rage in your hands from here. It's very strong.
Thank you.
Yeah, but by the way, Artorias was looking very, very cool.
Yeah.
But let's talk about it. The real protagonist in Dark Souls is, you know, Crazy Sun. Yeah.
Solarian.
Solarian. Yes. Where's the next question?
Hello. The thing I want to ask you about is how did you manage to platinum so many games since I can't even platinum one?
I'm always saying that it's all about how you play, not how much you play. It's very important because if you If you focus on trophies, and if you really love to hunt the trophies, you always have to remember that first of all you have to finish the game and like it. I saw a lot of people trying to make everything in the first run by even taking spoilers from guides in the internet, and that's awful. But every night before going to sleep, let's say I go to sleep at 1 AM, I switch on the PlayStation and I play 1 hour to 2 hours, and then I wake up at 8, at 9, but I can't go to sleep without playing. And since I travel a lot, I was also playing a lot of PlayStation Vita, because I travel a lot. So that was my secret in video games. And especially for Dead Space 2, the Platinum Dead Space 2 was a really big pain, because you have to complete the hardest difficulty with only 3 save games. So you can save the game only 3 times. And that was really... I don't know how I did it, but I'm still here, so yeah. Thank you. Thanks to you.
When I played Dead Space 2, I started screaming. It was like midnight.
Yeah.
I never played it again. I only played 15 minutes and I stopped forever.
It was innovative gameplay, Dead Space, yeah. I agree. Next question. We're getting there, so we have the last questions, unfortunately. I will stay hours and hours and hours, especially with this music. Next one. We have one. Hey there. Hey.
Hi.
Hey, it's me.
How are you doing?
Everything fine. I couldn't be in a better place than here. So, thank you.
I agree. I would like to ask you, I don't know if you already answered this, but do you have any idols, like people that inspire you to start doing cosplays?
Everybody. Everybody inspires me. I have to confess that if I have the self-confidence I have on the stage, it's because I judged a lot of competitions also. Which means that I always get inspired by every competitor. So when a competition from somebody goes bad, I got inspired because I know what he wrong. So I know that I don't have to get wrong that. When somebody impressed me, I know that I have to be like that guy. It's always about accumulating. It's always about experience, like Pokemon, you know? Every time you watch a competition, it's like having experience, and it's making your level. But remember that it doesn't mean that if your level is high, you're a strong Pokemon. You can have weak moves, you know? So it's very important to use wisely your moves against a good type of Pokemons. What I want to say is that if you are going to a competition where interpretation is very important, you have to go more on interpretation. And that's an inspiration. So you always have to adapt yourself, always, always, always. And never think that you are the best. Never think that you are doing good. Because you will always have somebody better than you. And you always have to learn, learn, and learn. Make everything you do in doubt. And then you can learn more and more and more and become a good competitor.
I agree. Thank you for being here.
Oh, thank you. It's a big honor for me. Thank you. Okay, we have the last questions here. We have Lady Loki. Yeah.
Since I'm a cosplayer, there's a lot of problem with time. How do you manage your time to do cosplays, gaming, and everything else?
And university as well is always taking a lot of time, unfortunately. That's the trick. Well, how do I manage? It's all about organizing everything in your head. So let's say you have to have your tasks in the day. So you say, okay, I go to university, then I dedicate 2 hours of doing that, I dedicate 1 hour of that, but you have to dedicate it completely to that one. Okay? So if you have to manage your time, you always have to do one thing per time. You don't have to do many things all together, like me. I'm a very bad example of that. I'm always trying to give the advices that I'm not following. is the first rule. You want to give an advice, it's the first thing you don't do. It's always like this. So basically, how do I do that? For example, it's been one month that I'm not making a new cosplay, and I feel like guilty. Guilty, yeah. This is the 9th event in a row, one every weekend. And it's like this from 5-6 months. I'm always traveling, and normally I leave on Thursday and I go back on Monday. So I have Tuesday, Wednesday, and part of Thursday to train, go university, play, and do all the activities and doing a cosplay. As I said, I was planning to make Vamp cosplay for this period, but I was not making it in time. So sometimes you have to decide your priorities, because I really hate when I hear people, I got bored, I'm boring. I mean, I really got bored, I'm annoyed, I don't know what to do. Come on, you have your time, you have your life, you have so many things, so many beautiful things to do. So many. Especially with cosplays. When you have a dream cosplay, you will never have a dream cosplay. It will always be dream cosplays. I love that character. Okay, I did it. Now I want to do this. And that's it. It's always about motivation anyway. So this is the key of everything. Being happy and motivated and spreading your positivity with all the world. This is my religion. So yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks to you. It seems that it's time to... It's the time, right? We finish. Anyway, I have a good news and a bad news, okay? So, good news. Shall we start with the good one or the bad ones? Bad ones? It's the conference, it's over. Well, the good news is that we are going to go to the booth, to the stand where I am, and with the Heroes of Cosplay area to make a picture all together. We can go there in 15 minutes to make a very big group picture for this convention, because you have something that my country doesn't have so beautiful. You have these beautiful organizers, and they did such an amazing job for you on the stage yesterday. They managed in the best way possible the cosplay contest, and if it was not for them, I was not going to be here to get invited and anything. So I want to give you an applause for what you did. The good news are that we can meet each other in 10 minutes to the stand. So if you have any other questions, any other things, if you want to make a picture, if you want to buy a print or anything you want, I'm there to reply to all your questions and to anything you need. I want to leave you with one thing before you go. In every community talking about art, we always see a lot of haters. It doesn't matter about your level of cosplay, it doesn't matter who you are or what you're doing. You will always have somebody hating or somebody judging you. I want to ask you a favor. You will always have these people, but when you see them, remember that these people is people that is not happy in their life, and they are able only to judge because they don't realize how good they can be in their lives. They don't feel enough motivated. They don't look enough to the mirror to believe enough in themselves. And believe me, if you believe in yourself a lot, you will be amazed at the things you can do. Really, we all can do anything, especially with cosplay. It's magic. And when you have to be, and when you hear somebody judging, reply always with a gentle thing. Be always happy, be always positive, and never speak bad about people. It's very, very important to keep your energy positive. Because if you keep positivity, if you keep your energy positive, you will receive only positivity. If I were not positive, I would not have you here. So, thank you from all my heart. Thank you so much. And never stop to believe in yourself. Really. And of course, embrace your dreams, of course. Since we saw the trailer yesterday for Final Fantasy VII, we really have to keep the mood. Okay, let's make a picture together, shall we?